Radical.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to Radical Rapid Fire Comment Response for December 14th through the 20th. These are the best short comments from that time period. First off, we got Hayden Puds. Honestly, I am a heathen console peasant. Always have been. Don't really like using PCs at all. I'm glad the grifter isn't getting freebies anymore, but I don't really know what ray tracing is, and I doubt I would recognize it if it was right in front of my face in 4K definition. I honestly knew what ray tracing was, but I forgot. Apparently it's something that makes games look a lot better. You know, I'm kind of the same way. You know, if the game looks pretty good and the console is affordable, then I'm just going to go with a console. All right, there's a lot of people here that will come by and they'll tell you, hey, you know what? To really enjoy the game, how it's meant to be played, you gotta have a PC, man. You gotta have a PC. Well, graphics these days are getting to a point where, you know, almost all the games really look good as far as running good. You know, ironically, here's the thing, Hayden Puds. I've known a lot of times where the PC version actually, it comes out, and unless you have like the best tech, there might be a lot of crashes, glitches, and whatnot on the PC version. Of course, that used to be the case. These days, I don't know, maybe it's not so much. I mean, I've played both through the years, you know, on PC and on console, and usually I lean towards console. But I know a lot of people can be different, and everyone's got their reasons. BowlesEG. Also, NVIDIA knew he will share this email with people, so they write so nice PR speech. I mean, CEO of NVIDIA watching Linus and then hate when guys talking negative stuff about graphic cards. He once said, NVIDIA CEO, the more you spend, the more you save. What the fuck? That's some awesome logic. Well, of course, a CEO would say that, you know. Hey, the more you spend, they want you to spend more. So with something like graphics cards, a lot of times you can get performance from a card that is a lot cheaper, but they want you to get the flagship card, you know, the future-proof card. Well, BowlesEG, there's no such thing as a future-proof card. Whatever card you get, whatever tech you get, I assure you, I guarantee you, it will be outdone and outperformed a couple years ahead. Okay, it'd be one thing if you could really get a card and say, you know what, this card is going to be future proof. This is going to get me through the next decade. But yeah, that is all about upselling people, you know. So as long as you got a reasonably good card, you know, in my experience, as long as you got a reasonably good card, then yeah, you're going to be fine. I just don't get the overspending. You know, I mean, some of these cards, what, over $1,000? Like, it's just not realistic. And, you know, is a couple more frames a second really worth it for that? I don't know. RG Music. Are they WeatherTech car floor mats? Some of those YouTubers would know what that is. WeatherTech car floor mats. Some really good stuff. These are not WeatherTech car floor mats. I know what you're talking about. I don't expect every YouTuber to know about floor mats. A lot of people don't really think about floor mats that much. A lot of people don't have floor mats. But, you know, if you really want somebody that's going to consistently be there for you and give you floor mat updates, I mean, it's not going to be me. Sean Appenzeller. I'm really interested in the car floor mats packaging. Well, I showed off the packaging, showed off the box. And some people actually were just happy with that box, but I went a step beyond. Not only did I show off the car floor mat box, but in that show off Saturday, I showed off the car mats. Haddington Rose, what's the point of liking comments? Well, you're referring to a lot of people that will come by, and, you know, people coming by the channel for the first time, you know, they're set to approval, meaning that if you're just visiting the channel the first time, then I have to approve your comment. Well, what's funny is I notice in a lot of these cases, people have one like. It means that they liked their own comment. One of these people that liked their own comment was Hardware Unboxed, which is kind of funny to me. This is kind of funny to me, right? And I brought it up. I mean, I just kind of brought it up. They like their own comment. I don't know why you would like your own comment. Maybe they wanted to come by and get the ball rolling. And then they think, well, if no one else is going to like my comment, at least I'm going to, I guess. Tim Ferrari. Rick, I totally found you in your song, bro. For some reason, I can see this being you. You got to check it out. If you don't think so, then my bad, brother. But just something about this video screams Radical Rick. Please check it out, Brozidion. That link took me to... I forgot the name of it. And I don't really have time to look it up. But it's a rapper, and he's on a white horse. So search up YouTube video for white rapper on a white horse. It's really interesting. Interesting listen. I don't know if I would go so far as to say that that seems like myself. I don't know. Like, I'm really not a horse person. But I tell you, towards the end of this, we're going to talk about a horse person. Silver Music Box goes to show you that these PC channels are more respectable than these retro gaming channels that just wants freebies. Well, yeah, Hardware Unboxed came by, and he left a very respectful comment. He did, right? And I left a follow-up for him, a response for him, but sadly he, did not come back. A lot of times I look forward to these conversations I might have with YouTubers when they come by and they will give their thoughts. But yeah, Hardware Unboxed, if you're out there still listening, I think you left a very respectable comment there, and I hope that would be the case with a lot of different channels that I criticize. We have, open and honest discussions on this channel. Afro Gamer Dude, I remember seeing a misprint of Seinfeld Season 3 on DVD at a local used store. It said SAESON, Season 3. Never bought it. Was never valuable. Well, here's the thing. If it was a video game... Okay, imagine a misprint of a video game, a misprint of Logi Man. Let's say it said G-Lo Man or something like that. Imagine, it would be a holy grail. You would have all these gaming YouTubers talking about that and how crazy it is. Afro Gamer Dude, I saw a video about a DS game, a rare McDonald's training DS game. Someone had a video and they spent over $3,000 on a DS with the McDonald's arches in that game. I mean, really? Over $3,000, right? So, yeah. I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't understand it. How much money some people are willing to spend on this crap. I mean, did anyone making that game think that there would be somebody just that has to have everything Nintendo, and is that the Holy Grail? Is this a Holy Grail? It really comes down to bragging rights. They could say it's for historical preservation, but no, a lot of times people just want to get these things to brag that they have actually owned them. Gray Fox, misprint. MGR is literally pulling content out of his ass. Same old tricks. Buys a ton of these games, makes a video, and dumps it off at Pink Gorilla. Profits. Well, that's what I was thinking. What kind of person buys a lot of these games and then makes a video on them? I mean, maybe people can argue, hey, he's desperate, he needs content and everything like that. Just imagine the content and the depth of content, uploading a video just talking about a game label misprint. Just imagine, does that really make an upload, But he does that, and people go crazy for it, and then he is able to, by doing that video, up the value of a game. So then if he has multiple copies of that game, he can sell them off, and that's how it works. The real John Hancock. I'm not jealous of my buddy Jason because I'm in his will, and eventually all his games will be donated to my humble museum. John, I hate to tell you this, but I think MGR probably is getting healthier. Okay? And I don't think he's passing away anytime soon. Okay? He's getting healthier. He's getting fit. So, yeah. I mean, you there, between the both of you, I think he's probably in maybe possibly better shape. So, I don't know. What happens? What happens, John, if he goes the distance? He might live to be 100, right? So, yeah. How about that? That's not going to work for you. Drakey Poo. Forget his video game collection. I am so jealous of Metal Jesus' voice. If only I had his voice to sound like Metal Jesus. Sigh. You know, sometimes I will call places and game stores and I will tell them, you know, who I am. And I'll say, like, hey, have you ever heard of who I am? And then, you know, 1 out of 1,000 times, someone at a GameStop would be like, you're Metal Jesus. I'm like, yes, I am. And then I want to get special deals on the games. And, you know, a game that they would normally sell for maybe $1, I would get there for 50 cents because I get the Metal Jesus discount. Billy Sosa. Imagine giving a YouTube guy $100 a month. Laugh out loud, I'm over here questioning my Game Pass subscription. Give me a break. Yeah, really, to put it in perspective, and I can't stop saying it. I won't stop saying it. How stupid is it? Like, you know, pull a $20 bill out of your wallet and look at it. And then look at YouTubers. And like, how stupid is it to give that to YouTubers? I just can't. I don't understand it. I just don't get it. You know, I never will. I never will, Billy. Dumez. Alpha Omega Sin is not a shady creator because he is not creating anymore. What a scum move. Okay. He's not creating anymore. That's a fact. The argument is, well, if you're no longer on YouTube, you're not creating anymore, then how could you be a shady creator? Right? I mean, I think it's shady for him not to upload any more without giving kind of an answer or any kind of reasoning why he's not uploading, but I get the argument there, Dumes. You know, how can you be shady if you're not even on YouTube anymore? You know. Sirbot42. 11:30 in the video, you are talking about a seizure. There's a flash in the game that can cause that for a moment, I believe. Edit, as soon as I wrote this comment, you mentioned it. There you go, Sirbot42. Just like Dreamkai, you gotta be first. You gotta be first. You mention it, and then in the upload, I talked about it. So that'll teach you a lesson. Sirbot, you know, quit trying to be first, and quit trying to review games that you have not played. The Winged Avenger. Chips Ahoy cookies are made with the cheapest, lowest quality oils in existence. Palm oil and palm kernel oil. These oils melt at a temperature that is higher than your body's temperature, so it can clog the arteries. When you get a fever, your body is trying to get rid of certain toxins, including the ones that require a high temperature to even move. The oils that you should eat the only oils that you should eat are olive oil, not olive pomace oil, which is terrible for you, and flax oil, always extra virgin oil. Yeah, that's what happened to me, I guess. The arteries got clogged because I ate a lot of the cookies. And at one point, I was crumpled over. And I was like, what the hell is going on? My body is working hard to move out all those toxins. And it saw that shit as like, I guess, invaders. You know, like that stuff was not normal. And I thought to myself, and it was just an experiment to eat a lot of that. There's other foods you can eat a lot of and not have that happen to you. Like, I can eat a lot of mashed potatoes and that doesn't happen to me. I can eat a lot of saltine crackers and that doesn't happen to me. I guess the test would be, if you're thinking if a food is good or bad for you personally, just try to eat a lot of it and see what happens. See how your body deals with it. And if you feel terrible, then guess what? Probably shouldn't really be eating that food at all. Art Bell. Rick, how about movie review request? Lifeguard 1977. High school reunion is in a mountain. The test. Awkward to be compared to classmates who was still single. And how do I rank in life? Compare, despair, problem. The Lifeguard movie stars Sam Elliott, the deep-voiced elder cooler in Roadhouse. He now does Ram truck ads. The voiceovers are some retro YouTubers, The Lifeguard, a Van Wilder fish who stays too long, ruling a tiny pond. I can name 3 right away. Let me tell you about Ram trucks. I haven't seen the ad. And I can't do the Sam Elliott voice. Man, oh man, that Sam Elliott voice. That's a deep manly voice there. Okay. I ain't gonna talk about the Lifeguard, but let's talk about Ram trucks. Okay? Ram trucks. When it said Ram Charger, alright, that's a big enough of a word. But I seen the back of these Ram trucks, and in big lettering, Ram, R-A-M. And those 3 letters take up, from what I've seen, the entire back of the truck. Okay, we get it. It's a Ram. It just looks so fucking stupid. I wouldn't buy that truck. It's just 3 big letters. I don't care. I don't care if it's a really nice truck. No, it's just like, that looks so stupid to me. You know, you could see it from a mile away. Ram! You know, I just don't get it. Like, change the name to Ram Charger or something. But, yeah, I would say also, comparing it to the F-150, our Silverado, our Tacoma, I would say Ram is the stupidest truck name. Haddington Rose. Rest in peace, Chips Ahoy Cookies. And I will always love you. I will love my times with Chips Ahoy Cookie. I will. But it's over. You know, I'm not even really gonna, have one for old sake. If I see them, I'll realize that they were there for a special moment in my life. But now that moment is past. And I have no time for being unhealthy. Patrice Bryant. I look forward to seeing your drawings. One day, laugh out loud being creative is so fun. Yeah, I'll work that in. I'll have a show off Saturday and show off a lot of my drawings. Repville. Just nothing to be excited about. Gaming peaked on the 360 PS3 era. Yeah, that's an argument there. I would say that era definitely, game-wise, quality-wise, not graphics-wise, but quality-wise, yeah, the PS3 360 era, I think that era is hard to beat. I think it is. As my favorite era. But leave it in the comment section down below. What do you think the best gaming video game era was? Arguments can be made for a lot of different eras. Martyville. I just came here after I discovered Alpha uploaded 2 videos this year. Isn't this amazing? For the fans, not me. 13 days left to end the year with 3 uploaded videos. Okay, Martyville, you got some things wrong here, alright? There was not 3 uploaded videos. There was no videos uploaded this year. If you actually go to the channel, you will see 2 videos that say uploaded 1 year ago, and the 3rd video uploaded 3 years ago. Alright, so as far as Alpha, I really don't think he'll ever come back. I don't think he will. I haven't kept up with him. I'm not following these days. Now, if he does come back to his YouTube channel, that would be maybe as a goodbye or something like that. But no, it's no. You can sense it now, Martyville. I'm like, okay, there was a time where I would talk about Alpha, and a lot of us thought, hey, maybe he might come back. Maybe a lot of this criticism for him, like just saying, fuck all to everybody. But honestly, I personally don't care if he ever comes back. I don't personally care. I just thought, for a lot of his fans and audience, years back, I tried to do them a service to try to coax him back to at least come back and say goodbye to them. But no, Alpha is done when it comes to YouTube. Arioka. This is the most lackluster console launch in history. The Series X has literally no exclusives, and the PS5 only has 2 games I would want to play, but they're available elsewhere. Spider-Man Miles Morales I can get for the PS4, and Demon Souls Remake looks interesting, but I already played it on my PS3. Okay. It is. By far, it is. You think about console launches in the past, and the games that came out with the console. Dreamcast had one of the best fighting games of all time, Soul Calibur. Okay? You had Super NES comes out with Super Mario World. Hell, look back to the last generation. Dead Rising 3, it was okay, it was decent, but it was something. And Rise, nothing special, but it was something. It was something. You had the PS4, and there might have been 1 or 2, good games that came out with the PS4, but now, it's almost like nothing, especially on the Xbox end. Why even release the console? Why even go to the trouble? Oh, I know, because people are going fucking crazy and they want to buy the console. It's less and less and less they feel like they have to do. Okay, there's less graphical leaps from generation to generation, but still, you got to pay $500,000 to get these consoles. Okay, less exclusive games, at least on the Xbox end, but the whole arguments for new console generations, as time goes on, there's less arguments for that. So me personally, I don't get as excited because the expectation is, hey, you know what? Let's say you get this console, then you're going to be able to have experiences that you can't have on the previous console. Now it's not the case. They're just graphical updates. What they really need to do is they need to have an upgradable console. Just come out with a console and have like a little chip or something you install in the console to updo the graphics or something like that, Make them more like, they're basically becoming computers, make them more like computers. You got to install the games. So, talking about PCs to consoles earlier, I'm like, yeah, these consoles are getting closer and closer to PCs. Try to put in a game without having a day one update, doesn't work. Muffin cakes with sugar? No, Rick, you do not understand. I need to consume a new product now. It doesn't matter that these consoles will be easy to get after Christmas. I need to consume now. Right now. Waiting is never an option. I need it now. Okay, calm down, Muffin cakes with sugar. All right, not the end of the world that you didn't get a Series X and a PlayStation 5. Just calm down and realize it's going to be okay. Okay? All right, if you need some guidance, come back in the comment section. We'll talk you all through this. We'll all talk you through this, okay? Muffin cakes. V-Chill. I bought Xbox One on Black Friday back in 2015, and I still never really played it. I like retro games like SNES and Genesis better, but I still like some newer stuff too. I just can't play for hours anymore like when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm in a similar situation, and even like running a YouTube channel also. I don't have the time with all my different interests, with work and my interest. I just don't have the time like I did. Which is why, arguably, and this comment may trigger some people, a lot of people would say video games are mostly made for children, people that have like a lot of free time. All right? Children and maybe full-time YouTubers who don't work day jobs, so they have nothing else to do but to play video games. So, I hope that really doesn't trigger anybody. I would say with the time you have, just focus on maybe one or two games with the time that you have, right? And then get through those games and start another game. And a lot of people will buy games and buy things that they're really honestly never going to play. And I look at a lot of games that I bought, and that's a mistake that I made, is buying things that I'm never going to use. Look at it this way. You would never overbuy on food you're not going to eat, right? So why overbuy on game consoles and games that you're really never going to play, right? 18T220, could you comment on Smash JT's stupid mouth open edited thumbnails? Every time I ask him about it, he goes silent and lets others defend him, thinking he's doing it for attention or something. Probably what it is. He stopped by here and he said he hates people that leave their mouths open on thumbnails. And I didn't see the comment until I think weeks after he left it. But what's funny is nobody responded to him. Nobody. And it was just absolutely hilarious. He probably came by thinking a lot of people are going to, get triggered about him leaving his mouth open on thumbnails, right? But no one just really cared, right? So possibly, maybe it's done for attention. Maybe a lot of people do it for attention. But in his particular case, literally nobody cared. Next up, we got Rune Mamba. Soon enough, he'll be annoyed that he has to pay for his own food. Who are you talking about? Damn. What was it, Metal Jesus? On the hard drive thing? Right. So, yeah. If you're a YouTuber, specifically a gaming YouTuber, and you have to pay for things, that fucking sucks, right? That fucking sucks. So something like a hard drive, I could see how he could feel entitled to a hard drive also. And it's really about entitlement, right? Once you start spoiling these children, these YouTube gaming children, and if you're companies and you start sending them free stuff like Xbox consoles, then they'll just stand there, hold their hands on their hips. I don't have the storage, Microsoft. This is not that big of a hard drive, so, I've got to go here and buy this. Well, if I have to go and buy this, then I'm going to really make it a point in my video that I went and bought this. Scott Sims. I'm sure Johnny would be awesome as hell to hang out with. Talk about Johnny Millennium. You know, I noticed in an old Happy Console Gamer video that he had a Dragon Ball Z wall scroll. So yeah, I would talk to Johnny about Dragon Ball, right? I'm sure we would have interesting conversations about Dragon Ball. I'm sure he's not the worst guy to hang out with. A lot of people think that, well, I deeply dislike all these people on a personal level when I'm a fair and objective critic of their YouTube uploads and some things that they might be doing. I'm here to try to help correct and shame people into correction. So yeah, I want to correct that. If a lot of people think that I hate Johnny Millennium, no. I just dislike that he is a shill. On a personal level, I think we would probably maybe even have like a lot in common. Because, you know, well, I play video games and I watch anime, so we probably have things to talk about. Sean Appenzeller. His Cyberjunk video, he was holding back hard from criticizing it. Talking about Johnny again, right? Well, here's how you kind of know someone is a shill. Or people say he's just overly happy, but I kind of call it what it is. How can you, like with him, with Dreamcast Guy giving the game a 9 out of 10, it just kind of reveals what they're really about. Like, if you can't, it's got to be that they don't want to burn any bridges with the companies for the future. That's got to be what it is. It's got to be what it is. Because how else can you not really just, I mean, it's cyberjunk. That's the state it released in. So how could you, I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand it unless they just don't want to damage their positions with the companies. Because think of it this way. I know in the case of Dreamcast Guy, he's got to be first. He wants to be first. So he wants to have these special relationships with these companies, I would say. I just don't understand why they would hold back from criticizing it. I mean, of all things to criticize, yeah, cyberjunk. I mean, it's pretty simple, right? Bob Kendall. The 12 Days of Shill, Miss Johnny Millennium, shill to me. I missed that by a day. I can no longer talk about Christmas stuff. Vic Viper. I say Mortal Kombat was the most influential game because Mortal Kombat was the reason why we have the video games rating system. Okay, that's fair enough. That's an argument for it, Vic. But then how about Night Trap, right? I mean, when I hear about the rating systems, I mostly hear about Night Trap and not Mortal Kombat. Well, I get your argument there. I would say Mortal Kombat isn't even the most influential game in the fighting genre. I would think Street Fighter, probably the most influential game in the fighting genre. You know, unless you want to talk about like blood and gore in fighting games, then yes, Mortal Kombat would be that specifically. But Gunark 1LL420. Since you mentioned Review Tech USA, what is his deal with horses? Does he have a fetish for interspecies erotica and is wanting to be the next Mr. Hands? Who's Mr. Hands? I don't know who Mr. Hands is. Okay. Horses. Horseplay. Maybe one day. Someone sent Review Tech USA, one of his friends, a link. And I think we all have that person, maybe that sends us a link online, and we click on it, and it's something kind of really disgusting or weird. I've gotten a link like that, you know? And I would say, I mean, I know, just imagine, you know, you're grazing, you're eating grass, and somebody comes around and just starts tugging on you. I mean, I don't know, you know? I was not, when I saw that one time when someone sent me that, I was like, hey, get the fuck out of here. What is this shit, you know? Like, I think that's a normal response. But maybe Review Tech USA, maybe he saw it, maybe watch it again and again and again, you know, then he reached for the cucumber. Oh, that's even bigger than the cucumber. Look at that. Oh, and then he had fun. And I think he's trying to maybe have a cry for help, because he's mentioned that quite a lot. You know, the horsey stuff. I've noticed that. And I rarely even really watch that channel. I know sometimes people would link to a video and they say, hey, watch this and give us your thoughts. Now, if in the short time I've seen the uploads, and I can recall times he's mentioned that kind of stuff, then it kind of tells me that there might be an issue there. Okay, there might be something going on with him and the horsey stuff, right? Because one person left a comment saying, "Hey, maybe it's that he's got a character, a depraved kind of character he's trying to play." But I don't know. I just think he's trying to let it out to the world. And I don't know, of all the things to be interested in, interspecies erotica, I think maybe review interspecies erotica. Maybe he could change the name of the channel. I'm not sure. It would be a bold move. I mean, because you have a lot of people already talking about tech. You know, maybe Rich can just talk about horse fucking. That's a day. That's a wrap.